How's it going, everybody? This is Splattercat, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Gnomoria. This is going to be episode 12, and as I recall, we had assigned some of our gnomes to get to work smithing down here, and it looks like we are actually getting some smithing work done, which is absolutely awesome. We do need to get ourselves equipped, we need to get ourselves future-proofed, and we need to get ourselves just moving along, basically, so that we can unbar the gates, start letting some merchants in, start letting some nomads in, and actually getting ourselves set up a little bit better for the future of the game. I'm taking a look here, and it does not appear that the goblins outside our gate have starved to death yet. That was my... Oh, there he is. There's one. Let's take a look at his status and make sure. He's dying of thirst, and as soon as he's down, I think we may go ahead and break down the gate, maybe, but not positive as of just yet. We may just leave the gate up until we are far more self-sufficient. Over here we've got a pretty good stack of wheat bread going. We've also got some meat, we've got some bones. The guy from Apple Velvet's still here. He's probably kind of irritated about being blockaded in, but you know what, buddy? It's better than being dead. If I let you out there, the goblins are definitely going to take you out. So I do need to start taking a look here and seeing... Okay. So it looks like a lot of our crafting work is done over at that bench. I am going to keep building workshops here because we do need tradables. So I'm going to get a wood carver going, and then also, more importantly, because I think we're a little low on wood, but we are not low on stone, I'm going to put a stone carver over here, and then I'm also going to have a stone mason over here because I'm going to start building a lot of our stuff out of stone since wood is not self-sustainable yet. Our wood supply is planted, it is just not sustainable at the moment. So hopefully this birch grove becomes more lucrative. If it does not, then I'm thinking what I may do is actually cut this in half and split it into a pine grove, an apple grove, and a birch grove. Once these guys die out here, the goblins, it also makes it possible that I could maybe extend this wall out a little bit further, break down what we have so far, and just extend it out a little further. Also, what I would like to do is just to keep people moving and to make sure we don't have anybody that's sitting around idle. I am going to have all of these gentlemen build soil floors here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What layer am I on here? There we go. And why aren't we building... Why aren't we able to build dirt there? Is it because dirt is already there? Dirt is already there. Okay. What's the problem over here then? Okay. Because when I go to replace these walls, I would really prefer... Well, I'm not going to do that just yet because the goblin will be able to get at us if I do this. So I'm going to leave that floor incapped right there. But I am going to have gnomes start putting dirt on the rest of the wall. Our fields are actually doing really well. We have more milk than we know what to do with, so I'm not really sure. Let me check my stocks here real fast and see just what we're doing with all this milk, because I'm not really sure why nobody's hauling it. We have 119 milk, 7 wine, and 11 beer. They are making strawberry wine, which is good, because we do have quite a surplus of strawberries, which isn't really a bad thing. We can actually eliminate a lot of that in the future. Looks like we got nobody down here at the sawmill making planks, which is a little disappointing, but it'll happen. There's no point stressing about it right now. We do have tin bars being created, which is great. That is actually something that I am pleased about, that we're finally getting ourselves a little stock of bars here. And I would prefer, let's see here, I think we're just making cotton bolts indiscriminately here, which is fine. We are going to sell those the next time we get a merchant in. We're just going to get rid of as much cotton as we can. There was another autosave, which is going to clog us up for a minute, but it's fine. And all of our gnomes are more or less being industrious. I am pleased with the fact that everyone seems to be working on something, whether it's hauling or whether it's just moving things around. Take a look at my stocks and see how my cotton bolts are doing. Let's see here. We have 43 bolts of cloth, so I'm going to let them keep just crafting cloth and hauling for now. 6 nomads have arrived, which means I now need to break down this wall, and hopefully the enemies outside our gates are weak enough to... There's a monitor lizard there. Should be okay though. We've got a bunch of nomads running throughout the hills, and I really don't want the goblins to take advantage of them. I do want to sneak them in as quickly as possible. So hopefully it takes the goblins' AI a second to shift after I knock this wall down to let all of them in. However, there we go. There comes a miner. Okay, so come on, nomads. And now that they're on their way in, I am going to say that we're going to build a wall back. And there we are. Several of our nomads are now inside the house. Inside the settlement. And I don't know what they're... Oh, they're going to try and haul more stuff. Okay. So I'm going to cancel this job here. And I'm going to say to my military... Actually, let's go ahead and get people reassigned. We're going to take a look at some of our nomads here. And see what their skill sets are. We got Finkel. Finkel appears to have a lot of nimbleness, a lot of dodge, and some reasonable combat skills, but he's also a really good woodcutter and woodworker, so I think I'm going to assign him to be a woodcutter. We're going to go back now. We're going to take a look at Gasilo, whose fitness is really high. Let's see here. What is Gasilo good at? He's good at tinkering, machining, brewing, butchery, horticulture, and construction. So he's actually kind of a jack of all trades, so I'm kind of loath to leave him inside any type of box because he's good at everything. So I am going to have him be miscellaneous craft, ranching, agriculture. I'm just going to kind of spread him out a little bit and just have him be good at everything. Gasilo... Wait, what did I do here? I think I messed up. I think I hath made a mistake. Which is fine. Hopefully I didn't assign my miners to do all that work. Which leaves me wondering who did I assign to do all that work. Well, in any case, we'll take Gasilo here. And we'll just assign him a bunch of skills. But we'll call it... Well... I'm gonna make a new profession, I think, just to keep things... We'll call them Jacks. Which means they do just about anything. We'll get rid of stone off there. Actually, yeah, we'll leave Jacks assigned to just everything. And since Gasilo is one of those guys who has a lot of skills, he's gonna be a Jack. Which actually is gonna end up being one of our more valuable citizens, I think. He may get bogged down doing a lot of grunt work and bitch work, so I'm going to keep an eye on that, and if that's what happens, then... there we are. We have someone who's actually a warrior, so we're going to go ahead and assign him to warrior and Fizzwink. Fizzwink is also going to be added to... He's going to be added to the formation of the Howling Hoopax. We're going to go back to our citizens here now, and we're going to take a look at who's next. So we've got Dai. And Dai appears to be really good with weapons as well. He also appears to be an adequate farmer, tinkerer, butcher. But I think for the time being he's going to be assigned to a warrior as well, because that's really where our population is hurting at the moment, as we need as many warriors as we can get our hands on. So Dai is going to be our warrior here. Hopefully they go down and they grab gear out of the base. I would like to see them in leather tunics and things. If they don't go down and get leather armor, I will be a little disappointed, but there's no way to tell what your gnomes are going to do at any given time. I don't feel like I have the control over my gnomes that I do in, say, Dwarf Fortress, where I feel like I have pretty decent control over my dwarfs, but then again, this game doesn't suffer from some of the same clutter that Dwarf Fortress does. And let's see here, who else do we have left? We got a couple warriors. We got Bark. Bark is an amazing warrior, 31 axe skill, a ridiculous 31 axe skill, so I think we would be at a loss if we didn't sign him to be a warrior as well. Hopefully there's an extra axe laying around somewhere, I don't know. And we're going to go back to our military here, and we're going to assign him to a warrior as well. There is a monitor lizard about, so I don't want my gnomes to be out chasing things around. And we do have gnomes in combat up here. One of them apparently got killed already, which is really disappointing. This was kind of what I was concerned about. It looks like most of my nomads are going to end up dead. This goblin just does not appear to want to go down, even though he's supposedly dying of thirst. I am really disappointed by my gnomes right now. Incredibly disappointed. I am just so irritated at the moment with my gnomes. I really do strongly dislike the combat AI. I hate it. So I'm gonna send them out and hopefully they'll take care of this issue. Just wipe out the rest of these idiots. And there we are. And I do not want them to go after the monitor lizard, so now I'm gonna say to avoid enemies. And hopefully they catch that order before they do anything intensely stupid. And they have decided to do intensely stupid things, and so we lost yet another gnome. You can tell by the tone of my voice that I am really irritated with the combat AI. The combat AI thus far is pretty much the only part of the game that I really do despise. For whatever reason, these idiots aren't picking up any type of military gear. I mean, unless they are nothing. No, they didn't equip anything. So this could be due in part to me just not doing what I need to be doing. I don't know if I can adjust this through here. Say leather helmet, leather cuirass, leather bracer, leather greave, leather glove, leather boot. And hopefully I can assign basically, let's see here, my formation. We're gonna have the basic soldier assigned to leather gear, and then we're gonna have the new position of leader, which I think he's gonna put that there, and then we'll call him plate mail. We'll go back to our formation here. We're gonna call Bink. It says basic soldier. Should be leader. Okay, so Bink now has the leader. And hopefully everybody goes and equips themselves. I am really disappointed by that situation. Just intensely disappointed. So let me take a look at the damage here. We're back down to 13 populations, so we only netted 2 gnomes on that. They literally killed everybody. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. I'm a bit frustrated at the moment. But in any sense, we're not going to let it get us down. We're going to keep moving. We're going to hope for the best. I do need to leave the gate open because, frankly, I need... Let's see, we got some copper bars here. We'll keep an eye on our stocks. More gear is being crafted because hopefully my gnomes have come and picked up some gear. Great, so now they're equipped and they're ready to roll. What is that? A yak leather greave. Okay, why is there a shoe laying on the ground or some pants? Gnomes, you can never tell. You can never tell with gnomes. We've got a yak running wild here. Hopefully somebody comes along and takes care of this issue. Hopefully somebody feels the need, but there's no telling. We should be about due for some other type of attack here. And this yak has not been contained yet. I'm kind of wondering if my farmer has been killed, which would be disappointing as well. But then again, maybe everybody's just hauling. There is a lot of work going on right now, so I think I will go ahead and cancel the work here on the loom. And then... let's see, what else do we have left? There's nothing left in the job queue, which is good. We've got all of our leather gear crafted, which is good. Hopefully hauling does not retain. There he goes. I don't have a problem with people being outside the walls right now. I don't know if that monitor lizard is still around. What I should do is I should set up a guard post so that these guys can train and get better at what they're doing, because I'm feeling like that may be our... I feel like that may be our dysfunction at the moment. So I'm gonna remove the designation here for a minute because I don't expect to see... I'm not sure why people are dropping their weapons here. I would like to see Fizzwink with a weapon. He has sword skills, so I don't know why that sword... Can I assign the sword to somebody? No. Okay. I'm kind of wondering if I can do that through the personal quarters interface. Assign people their personal gear. They had weapons before, now they have armor but no weapons, which is a little frustrating. I would like to see them wielding weapons, but maybe now that I've relieved them from their duty, they'll pick up weapons or something, I don't know. I think I'm going to cut off episode 12 here. This has been Splattercat one more time with the 12th episode of our Let's Play of Gnomoria. If you enjoyed it, please do like, comment, or subscribe. It does help me get a little bit more attention. It does help me continue making these videos. And I will see you guys in episode 13.